Welcome, Master Duelists, to the Master Duel Dojo. There are some who call me Tim. The path to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube starts here. Hit subscribe to step into the dojo and become an OG dojo warrior. On the docket today is Maliss. Maliss is coming to Master Duel, so it's time we learn what the cards do. Okay, there are 3 main deck monsters that came out in Crossover Breakers, plus 1 in Alliance Insight. A couple archetypes were released weird on Master Duel. Fiendsmith, Rescue Ace, Tier Elements, like they were released sometimes all together and sometimes spread out. So we've got to see what we get, and we'll read them. So all of the main deck, all of the monsters share the same effect to special summon themselves if they are banished by paying life points, and the link monsters give an extra effect. The main deck monsters only cost 300. The links cost 900. And then they have a minor bonus effect if a link points to them, but don't worry about that. You can read that on your own. So, Chessy Cat, Ignition Effect, banish a Maliss from hand, then draw 2 cards. It is not a cost. So if they negate Chessy Cat, you keep your card. That is both good and bad, because if you activate Chessy Cat, they Veiler, and say you have another Maliss in hand that you want to banish to get going, you stop. Dormouse just banishes a Maliss from your deck. So then you the normal play is summon Dormouse, banish a Maliss from your deck, summon that Maliss, use that Maliss effect, and keep going. Keep playing the game. And White Rabbit, if it's summoned, you set a trap from your deck with a different name than the stuff in the grave. So the normal play is Dormouse, normal summon, banish White Rabbit will summon herself. Then you can go get the trap cards, and the trap cards all have the same effect, bonus. You can activate them the turn they were set by banishing a Maliss monster, summon a Maliss. Okay, no. You can activate them the turn they were set by banishing a Maliss. All 3 of them. That's what they do. And then they have an actual effect. Grin Without a Cat summons a Maliss that is in your grave or banished, and then you can gain some life. But summon a Maliss that is banished or in your grave. This can be link monsters if you properly special summon them. Mad Tea Party is add a Maliss from deck to hand. Then if you control a link, you can banish a card on the field. This is part of your interaction and part of the end board. And then TB11 is 3 blasts, 3 bursts, 3 blasts. So this summons a Maliss from your deck, but you can't use its effects. Cannot attack or activate its effects. And you can summon link monsters, but you can't then reborn them with Grin Without a Cat later. So 3 blasts will normally just get a Maliss from your deck. And I'll show you how the cards move around, because that's also relevant. Maliss in Underground is their field spell. And we don't know if we're going to get Maliss in the mirror. I would assume we're getting Maliss in Underground. No idea about the mirror. When you activate it, banish a Maliss from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So you can banish a Maliss card from anywhere. You can get the traps out of your graveyard. You can banish the monsters from anywhere to keep playing the game. And then you get a potential situational attack boost on your link monsters. And while you control a Maliss link, your opponents can only target Maliss link monsters for attacks. So this protects them. Anything else? So if you have a Maliss link monster and Apollo, they cannot attack Apollo. They have to attack the link monster. So this is kind of like their built-in own Link Karibo. It's like Seal of Gloria Calcos. We're not going down that path again. Okay, the link monsters. All 3 of them, they have 3 link 3s. These 2, Red Ransom and White Binder, only take 2+ monsters. So you can use a link 2 plus a Maliss to make them. And Heart's Cryptor requires 3 full monsters. And they only need to include a Maliss monster, so you can use something else. Red Ransom switches your opponent's attack, which could be relevant. I'm not sure. We've got to wait and see. Pretend it is. Pretend it's like a bonus 500 attack or something. If she's summoned, you can add a spell from deck to hand. So you will normally be getting Maliss in Underground. But when Maliss in the Mirror comes out, if you have Underground, you'll be getting Maliss in the Mirror. Because Maliss in the Mirror is another piece of interruption. And then if it's banished, summon herself, then banish Cyberse from your deck. You're normally going to banish Dotscaper, which will summon itself, but you can also banish other Malisses. Whitebinder, if she's summoned, banish up to 3 cards from the grave. This does target, but it banishes 3 cards from either graveyard, including your own, so you can banish your own Malices to get their effects, or things to, like, get the traps out of the graveyard. Like, getting the trap cards out of the graveyard is relevant. During your main phase, you can set a Malice trap from your deck or graveyard. So that's another ignition effect that just goes plus. And then if she's banished, pay 900 and summon her and draw 1 card. So this is also part of the, like, powerful end board combo, is that you will summon Whitebinder on your turn and your opponent's turn by banishing her, and draw 2 cards. And there's other ways to draw cards, Chessy Cat included. So you end up drawing a whole bunch of cards. So tacking on, like, draw 1 card is very good in Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Heartscriptor. All of these, by the way, these two have 2300 attack, which is a number you may be familiar with. And Heartscriptor is 25, which is more than 23. So Heartcryptor is your, like, boss monster. She's who sits on the board, but not even always, because you can summon her back later. So quick effect, target a banished Malice, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, banish 1 card of the field. We remember Shurik, right? We remember Mirror Jade. Non-target, banish a card in the field. But Heartscriptor is whenever you want. If she's banished, summon her and double her attack. So if she comes back, she's 5,000 attack, and then Malice and Underground. Okay, if Heartscriptor is your only Malice link, they have to attack Heartscriptor, who has 5,000 attack. So they have to deal with her a different way, and you can protect her by summoning Dormouse, pointing to Heartscriptor. So summon Heartscriptor, not equip, but summon Dormouse pointed to, and then they have to non-target banish, non-target bounce, something like that. Or they can target it still, but they have to banish or bounce it. Okay, the trap cards we went over. So Grin Without a Cat is a monster reborn on your opponent's turn. So you can summon Whitebinder or Heartscriptor after linking off into other stuff. Tea Party summons a guy from your deck. Or no, searches. I'm sorry. Tea Party searches and then banishes another card in the field, also non-targeting. So this is 2 non-target banishes with multiple draws. TB11 is another summon. Okay. March Hare, we don't know if we're getting, but we might. We're going to get it sometime. So you should go ahead and just read it anyways. It's got the same banish effect, but it's not, it's different. So if she's banished, you target a banished Malice and add it to your hand. So this is not the same, but she does, okay. Let me start over on March Hare. Malice March Hare came out in Alliance Insight, which was later than the rest of the cards. We don't know when we're getting in Master Duel. Let's just read it. Your opponent cannot target Malice links that point to this card with card effects. So this is another way to protect Red Cryptor. And Ignition effect, if she's in your hand, quick effect, you can banish another Malice from your hand or grave and summon it. So if you have a Malice in your graveyard, you can summon March Hare, and then you can summon that banished Malice. And if she is banished, you can target a Malice monster and add it to your hand, which you can then normal summon again or do something with. Malice in the Mirror is a quick play spell, also from Alliance Insight. Target a face-up monster your opponent controls, banish a Malice from your hand or face-up field, negate that monster's effects till the end of the turn. And banishing a Malice from your hand or face-up field is not really a cost, because all of them will come back. So it is pay 300 life points, negate a monster's effects till the end of the turn, which is great. It's just an archetypal imperm that you can search that works on your turn. And if this is banished, target a Malice in your graveyard, banish it, and then add a Malice card of the same type from deck to hand. So you can banish a monster and go get another monster, and then that monster will trigger. And there's 2 Adagnisters that are commonly played from Alliance Insight that we don't have on Master Rule yet, and a Link Monster. And I hope we get these, but we're probably not getting them just yet. Backup Adagnister. If you control Cybers that was summoned from the extra deck, you can summon this from your hand. That activates. If this card is normal or special, add a Dark Cybers from your deck to your hand, except herself, and then discard a card. So what you normally get is Wizard. So if you control Cybers that was summoned from the extra deck, target a Dark Cybers in your graveyard, summon both this card from your hand and that monster in defense position. So you cannot get links because it has to summon in defense. And then Cybers Lock. Banish this from your field or grave. Target a monster your opponent controls, change battle position. That part, not super relevant. What is good here is if you have backup Ignister and a monster summoned from your extra deck, you summon backup Ignister, search the wizard, discard a Maliss or anything, and then wizard will summon itself and that Maliss from the grave. So that is 3 bodies right there if you have something summoned from the extra deck, which is a lot of extension. All of the lists in OCG and TCG are playing it that are post-Alliance Insight. And then last is a Link 5 Allied Code Talker Adagnister. I also don't think we're going to get this guy soon because he looks like he's the cover of Alliance Insight. So he's going to be like its own Adagnister thing. I really assume that the Adagnisters will come later, but they could surprise us. If it's Link summoned, you can special summon as many Cybers monsters with 2300 attack from your grave as possible to your zones this card points to, and if you do, it gains 500 attack for each, and you cannot summon for the rest of this turn. So this will reborn at least 2 of your Maliss links. So Red Ransom and White Binder have 2300 attack. When your opponent activates a card or effect, tribute one of your Link monsters this points to, negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. Doesn't destroy. So he's an Omni Negate. He's like a Soul Charge Omni Negate. And he requires 3 monsters like Terahertz. Okay, so we'll look at some combos. So the actual interaction that they have is Cryptor is 1 non-target banish. Tea Party, 2nd non-target banish. White Binder, banish a bunch of cards from grave. And draw a whole bunch of cards. White Binder and Chessy Cat end up drawing a whole bunch of cards. So, what do you do with all this Link material? They're Cybers monsters, so you can do whatever you want with them, including Apollo, because we have Apollo on Master Duel. So these 40 cards, this is obviously not yet a Maliss deck, but is a whole bunch of cards you might want to have. So Droll and Lancia are just kind of generic things that you play. Dotscaper is for Red Ransom. You banish it, and then it will summon back as extra Link material. Max, Ash, Foolos, Imperm, you've seen these before, called by Crossout. Dominus Impulse you can play. The only thing it messes up is Dotscaper, and sometimes Terahertz if you send an Earth. So you send Packbit, which is water, so you can still activate Terahertz. You send D-Save, which is a dark. And Aggregator, I think, is dark. Okay. Materia Reactor with this is good. I've not seen anybody play Materia Reactor with them, but I hope so. I hope Materia Reactor are good. So Lancia is a good anti-Maliss card, because then your opponent cannot play the game, because they cannot banish cards. Code of Soul, you can summon, you can search this, and then banish it from your grave, and then Link summon on your opponent's turn. So this is kind of like IP. We have Bestials. So Bestials can be extension. So you can summon your Maliss, and then if you get stopped there, you can link your Maliss into either Lingaribo or Decoder, banish with Bestial, and then the Maliss will resummon. So you have Maliss, Bestial, Link 1, and then you can link those into Red Ransom and get the field spell. And then continue playing that way. So the Bastiles are all extension. Gold Sark is another starter. Allure can be played. Allure is not played in every list. I like Allure as a card. It's just one of my favorite cards, and I love when it's playable. So I will be trying Allure to start with, because drawing 2 and then banishing one of your Malices is going to feel so good. You can play Signet Mining. Most lists are not, because you don't need it. So, like, this is too much junk. You cannot play all of this in a deck and have the Malices. So this is a sample OCG list, and Master Duel is more similar to OCG, because we have Apollo, Maxi here. But they have some... TCG and OCG have some things limited. So Dormouse and White Rabbit are both semi'd in TCG, and those are your best starters. And then OCG has Dormouse limited. So there's still 4 copies of each. So you will want to play... This is going to be like a 40-card deck type of situation. Especially if these are limited and we don't have the other cards. These are going to have to be like Bastiles. So you end on Apollo or SP. And let me show you. Let me move this over here. So there's a couple things you can do with Malice. I had a crappy combo written down. Let me grab it, because it was from Master Duel Meta, but I don't like this combo. There's a lot better things to do, in my opinion. Where the heck is Malice? Okay. So one combo. If my deck will open, is normal summon Mouse. Activate Mouse. Banish White Rabbit. Pay 300. Summon your rabbit. Rabbit effect will set Grin Without a Cat. If I can find them. I hate Dueling Book too. Can I just say that? You set this. You link Lizardos, which is a cost to activate. If you haven't read Lizardos, it banishes anything from your field or grave and makes something that attack, and it's a cost. So now you could banish the Mouse because you haven't used her, pay 300 to summon her, and then you can link these two. You can go either Red Ransom or White Binder here. This combo lists White Binder. White Binder will set 3 blasts. Activate it. Banish this. And then you summon Chessy Cat. And then White Binder will pay 900 to resummon and draw 1 card. So I will put this here with 1 draw. And then you can link these two into Firewall or Apollo or SP. It's anything you want here. But if you make instead... So at this point, with your Lizardos and Dormouse, you can also make Red Ransom. Red Ransom, get Malice and Underground. Malice and Underground. Same thing. Banish Chessy Cat. Summon her. And then you're at a similar zone. But you need a way to then banish that. So you can't go into White Binder here immediately directly from these two. But you can then banish. You can use this Banish that. Reborn a Maliss. Summon Red Ransom. Because you got the Grid Without a Cat earlier. And then Red Ransom will banish Dotscaper. It's not here. Okay. Let's pretend this is a Dotscaper. So again, this is one of those things, like, you have to plan what your combo is going to be. So this could be a Dotscaper. And then we have all of this material that we can do whatever we want. Do you want to try this with Materia Reactor? I don't have the Materia Reactor cards. But you can do a whole bunch of anything you want. And then you have all the cyber stuff. So Maliss isn't a strict, like, one-card combo deck. I do want to show you Josh's video and another game. So we're going to watch Josh's video. So he shows some combo. So he goes Dormouse. Dormouse, banish White Rabbit. You set the trap. Link Lizardos. Summon Dormouse back. He goes for Redbinder. Gets the trap card. Or they set TB11. Get the field spell, I'm sorry. Chessy Cat can't activate. Red Ransom will resummon. He goes Dotscaper. The lists are not really playing Dotscaper because they have these cards now, and this was earlier. Then he goes Splash Mage, and then into whatever you want. Splash Mage into Whitebinder. And you can go Decode, Link Decoder here for an extra body. Whitebinder is banishing 2 from the grave. Chessy Cat hasn't activated because it was summoned off TB11 in this combo. And then we'll resummon. He goes Chessy Cat into Link Decoder here, but it's the same result. Link's Firewall summons Link Decoder back. And then I think Malice and Underground banished the Whitebinder. And then you have these two. And then you can do, again, whatever you want from here. So we're just going to have to, like, wait for the combo people to figure out what you can do. But you can do anything you want with Malice. The point is that they are all multiple combo pieces that work together. And you have all of these cards. Obviously, you can't play all of these. I think we're going to end up not playing Terahertz, and also not these for extra X space, because it's a ton of space. Cyrus Wicked, Mask, that, Almirage. Probably not Transcode, because I don't think we need it. And then this is 4 spaces for at least the 3 Malices. So your extra X probably going to look something like this. Probably not Heat Soul either. So one of those that I cut, and then your 3 Maliced. Okay, and the last thing I want to look at is I've not watched this. So this is just a game. Because I wanted to watch somebody play Malice. So I skipped the Vanquish Soul K9 player. I skipped most of his turn. Malice guy goes set 1 Chessy Cat. He's impulsing something he's doing. Chaining Dr. Madlove. Yes, that is 3 QCRs, or Starlights, or whatever these are. If anyone has better balanced replays, I want to see them. I'm excited to try all of this too. Caesar Valius, beat his ass. Maliss monsters are level 3. This is true. You can link them into Exegard. Alright. This is 3 blasts. Or Tea Party, I can't tell. Tea Party. Are we doing a similar look into Battlewasps after? Maybe. Are they any good? Okay. Our Maliss player got Dormouse, resummons Chessy Cat, activate Chessy Cat. Opponent says sure. Banish the Dormouse. They have to shuffle. Draw 2. Dormouse summon. Dormouse effect is going to banish. Our Maliss player is under the dreaded Maxi. White Rabbit. I can't see this card. White Rabbit is going to set a trap. That is a Grin Without a Cat. What is our fella doing here? So this is March Hare. Banish the trap card. Summon herself. Yes, Jaden. Just thinking about what he wants to link into. You hate your brain. Why do you hate your brain? Okay, is this Cryptor? So Cryptor is one of the interactions. Opponent has 1,000,000 cards in his hand. That's some canine guy. Another upside of Master Duel is you can have your trap cards be transparent so you can see them without touching them. You're on a rank up game with a Memento. You change roll to Anguish. Oh no! And you summon Gantek off Bone Party. I've done so many similar things. Like, I get I have a brain fart and I get distracted and I make a play that's, like, absolutely terrible. Yesterday, someone summoned Doom Dragon and activated it when I had no monsters, so he had to push back his own setting and Jin doomed, and he left the game. Alright, they are having a priority pass. He's thinking and counting. He's planning. Okay, he attacks the canine guy. Canine guy gets banished. Malice and Underground goes back into the deck. Dormouse gets in. So you get a banish from the opponent's extra deck. What card? Oh, Trishula does that? Yeah. Okay, Grin Without a Cat. Banish Cryptor. And he scoops. Because, notice what happened there. So, banish Cryptor to target your guy. Your guy comes back, and then Cryptor comes back at 5,000 attack, which is going to be lethal. So that just ends the game through maxing. Does Trishula look at your opponent's extra deck? If I can type. You reveal and banish 3 cards. One from your deck, one from the top of your deck, one stack, and one from their extra deck. I've never seen this get resolved. I don't know if you look. I would rather banish Sequence, I think. Oh my goodness, shuffling. Oh, they're drawing. Okay. Canine guy starts, but he's under max C. Makes a detonator. At least I think that's... No, that's a level 5 canine guy. Rank 5. Okay, he starts Chessy Cat again. And then he just scoops. Okay, interesting. We did learn banish Cryptor during battle phase, resummoner is 7,500 damage. Banishing Sequence or Requiem is very painful. Either way you do it. Who is that? White Rabbit? He trolls under Perulia. Alright. He sets 3 blasts, banishes Whitehair, or White Rabbit, summon Dormouse. White Rabbit summons. Okay, he's thinking about what to do. I think this is Lizard. Splash Mage. Summon Dormouse. He's doing math. Link 3. White Binder. White Binder banishes Dormouse and a trap card. Dormouse summons. White Binder. Gets Grin Without a Cat. Dormouse banishes from deck. Because this was summoned off of 3 blasts, so it can't activate immediately. Banish your Malice monsters from field to trigger their effects, specifically the links. Yes, that is good. Chessy Cat summons from Dormouse. He links all 3. Into the Ad Ignister, which will reborn White Binder. set one. So this is an Omni. You can do weird things with Splash Mage all the time. Okay, opponent is thinking. He's doing K9 stuff. It is not time to read those. Okay, he negates his spell. Oh, that was Stake Your Soul. Summons Raisin. What is that card? I have no idea what card this is. Yes, but you have to have that, like, not used your Malice already. Trish into the Malices is good. But they link lock you. So you have to do it first. Alright, goes match. Get Floodgated, Vanquish Soul. You see that face? Look how unhappy he is. In the tank. Okay, Vanquish Soul guy's trying to do things. He summons another Earth. Summons Caesar Valius. Summons Vanquisher. Can't summon Vanquisher. Let's look through his extra deck. Doing on the right looks concerned? I don't know. This is game 3 and he's sitting under a Gozen match. Doing on the right looks hella chill. Caesar Valius kicking his teeth in. Doing some math. I thought this would be a good idea, but I don't think I'm ever going to watch a paper game again. There's so much not game being played. I know this is the game, like they're thinking, but the instant gratification of replays have ruined me. Alright, he concedes. And Malice player gets it. Alright. That was Malice. Do we have more Malice to look at? I don't think so. Let's take a look at Battlewasps. So, I know nothing about Battlewasp, so this is how I start by looking at things. So we just find a deck. All right. Honestly, I get to this point, I see one single deck in a 32-player tournament, and I'm out. Like, 0 results from almost a year ago. Like, I'm sorry, Battlewasps. Like, we salute you. You brave bug players. You're going to get squashed. I hope you enjoy your bugs. I'm not going to win games with Battlewasps, so this is too weak of a list. It's literally the only one